Hello and welcome to Season 2 of the Spirit Lounge podcast. With me, David.
And me, Glenda. And we are two psychic mediums from both sides of the pond.
Glenda is in Australia.
And David is in the UK.
And we're here to talk about, discuss and give our opinions on all things spiritual, including psychics and mediumship.
And if you've listened to the podcast before, you know how much we love to laugh while keeping it real, honest and down to earth.
As well as having those discussions, there'll also be guest interviews and maybe some other surprises.
So come with us now on our podcast journey and let's see what's happening in the Spirit Lounge for today's episode.
Well, hello, listeners. Hello, welcome back to the Spirit Lounge. And I'm here with Glenda, as always. Hello, Glenda.
Hi, David. Hello, listeners. Welcome back. I'm excited for this session.
I am very excited. I'm like a little kid. So I'm excited because we have another very special guest in our Spirit Lounge with us today. We have a very unique, a one-of-a-kind, the one and only Rebecca Sawyer, also known as Becs Medium. Becs, welcome to the Spirit Lounge, and thank you so much for coming on today.
It's an absolute pleasure. Well, that was a bit of an introduction. No pressure there, then.
Well, you are. You know, Becs,
who's the guest?
You.
Okay, fair enough.
You're in the hot seat.
Yeah.
But Becs, I've been aware of you for a while because I see your posters on Facebook and things like that, and I've always wondered who is this Becs? And then it was your interview you did with our mutual friend Ollie Cox.
Oh.
I listened to that podcast, and I listened to it, and then I listened to subsequent ones, like the ones with Hannah Medium and that kind of thing. And I was like, this is music to my ears, because there's so much that you have said in your interviews that I go, well, thank fuck there is someone else out there who is not sat on a unicorn riding over a rainbow through the clouds. And I'm like, it's someone that's real, down to earth, and has similar experiences and thought processes to me. So let's get into it, shall we?
Sure.
So, but the first thing I resonated with, Becs, when listening to you, is that you state that you wouldn't call yourself what is termed to be a natural born medium, and that you're a developed medium, and that's exactly how I see myself. So when I heard you say that on Ollie Cox's podcast, I was like, oh, thank the Lord, someone else has said the same thing. So can we talk about that, Becs, and how it all started for you?
Yeah, I mean, I want to differentiate between what we call natural born medium and those that develop. And there are those that just from the age of 3. I've got a friend of mine, and she's seen them since she was 3 or 4 years old. She gets it all the time. I don't. I've, like you're saying, I have spent years and fortunes developing. The best analogy is if you look at footballers. I mean, I was the fat kid putting goal, but it's like you've got those like someone like, from my era, someone like George Best, who was just naturally amazing. And then you've got someone who, I think Trevor Brooking, our West Ham footballer, said he spent years and years practicing. So we're all mediums. Mediumship is a natural phenomenon. We are all spirit. Anyone watching, anyone listening is a medium by very nature of being spirit. It doesn't mean you want to get and perform or present work like I think you both do. It's not that. It's just having that better connection to our own higher consciousness. And that's where it starts. You've got to be able to connect with your own higher consciousness first before you can connect with spirit. Because if you can't connect with your own spirit first, you've got no frigging chance of connecting with anyone else's spirit. Otherwise, it becomes grabbing. You'll see it on platform. Mediums are just grabbing at stuff because they haven't got out of the frigging way. And so for me, what it is, that the mediumship is that natural phenomena. What makes it difficult is us being in the way. Yeah. So for me, most of my journey has been on, you can teach presentation skills, you can teach how to work with the congregation, with an audience, but the actual mediumship comes from the work from within, and that's letting go of past trauma, past pain, past phobias, past bigotry, until you become that clear channel. And that's where I've done so much work on myself. I've been in therapy, I've done therapy, but I've done a lot of what we call plant medicine. So I've done big journeys with ayahuasca, with buffo, with something called sassafras. So that's all been internalized work. So for me, I knew from an early age I wanted to do this. But what happened with me, I was so engrossed in hiding who I was, being scared of who I was, that it wouldn't come out. So It was literally as I started my own transition, my emotional and physical transitions, did everything start slowly to come together. And when people say developing mediumship is a slow process, what they're really saying is you're finding you. That's the slow process. You're healing. That's the slow process. Because the mediumship is constant, spirit are constant. Does that all
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
absolutely. Yeah. My teachers always said, look, we are spirit. So why can we not all communicate with spirit if we're spirit? Where some
Yeah.
organizations, without necessarily calling them out, I think their ethos is you are either born it or you're not.
I got told that. I got told by a very well, she's not around anymore, and I love her to pieces. I got told by this very well known medium. She said, "Oh, you might make a healer, but you'll never be a medium. You're not born that way." Well,
Oh, I was told that as well, actually.
yeah, and I went home and cried. And I was told by another. I went on a course with a very famous medium, lovely guy, got no, and he was like, "Yeah, you're very personal, but I don't know about your mediumship." I went home and cried. So for me, when I come, it would just change the subject a little bit. When I teach, everything is about the confidence of the student. I want them leaving feeling better about themselves than when they first walked in,
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
that's the same with work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want the audience. I want everyone in that congregation, everyone in the audience. I make the container. I work so different to other mediums. We're making that container of love. Love as a frequency. So I want everyone feeling it,
Absolutely.
and so it's a constant
Absolutely.
evolution.
Hmm.
It is. It is. And until you understand yourself, like you said, how you're supposed to understand another spirit or another soul.
That's exactly it. I know a lot of mediums say it's evidence, 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 evidence. I get that. I call it, or I've been taught to call it, you've got to create the evidential profile. So you know who that recipient is. You know without a doubt that it's the dad. His name's Fred. He passed with a heart attack. Whatever it might be. However they want to validate themselves. Because again, I'm very different. I don't like the word evidence. I like the word personal validation. Because if I work with Glenda and I might say one sentence that sounds so generic, and she goes, "Oh, that's life changing." Well, they know that's their intelligence. Our job, we
Yeah.
get out of the way.
Hmm.
So once you create that evidential
Exactly.
profile, and that's just say 20% of the whole reunion, they know then get out of the way. Let them do their job.
Yeah.
And then within that will be more
Absolutely.
validations.
Yeah.
So it's not, so I've moved away from the evidence, 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 because it's like me phoning up Glenda for a chat and then spending half an hour validating it to me on the phone, and then going, "Yeah, it's Becs here. Yeah, I live in the UK. I was on your show once. You've got funny eyebrows. You told me that. You showed me your eyebrows. All evidence. But what the friggin'
Yeah.
hell do I want to share with her?
Exactly.
Where's the healing?
Exactly.
Ultimately, our work is
Yeah.
healing.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
who knows what the recipient needs more than the actual spirit person?
Yeah.
In that space of the soul and memories that they're going to work in, they're going to come to that soul memory space and know exactly what that family member or that friend or what that person needs, both good or bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I've
Yeah.
got,
It's so often, like I know when I do some readings and that, like, oh, when you talk, I've got your uncle here, you give him all the evidence and all that, and then but why is he here?
yeah,
Do you
exactly that.
understand that? Do you understand the uncle went through a marriage breakup? He lost his children in the process. He found his blah, blah, blah. Do you understand that that's happening right now in your life?
Boom.
Oh, oh, I only had that yesterday. Oh,
There you
how
go.
did you know that? Why do you think he's here?
Yeah.
He's here to offer healing and support. I think people forget sometimes in that, about the evidence, evidence. Well, what kind of evidence is it?
Yeah.
Where's the healing? Exactly like you said.
You must
Yeah.
create that evidential profile because otherwise it's wishy-washy garbage. Also,
Yeah.
you say, I've got a man here, he loves you, have a bunch of flowers. No, it's got to be
Mm.
specific for the recipient. It's got to be. It happened to me last night. So maybe it was a foster nan or a step nan. It wasn't your nan because she showed me she didn't come into life straight away, but she's like your nan, but didn't come into afterwards. Yep, it was my step nan. She came. I met her when I was 3. There's a little specific stuff,
Yeah.
and then you can then you okay. I
Absolutely.
know I'm you, nan. What do you want to do? And it was about
Yeah.
some private stuff that came out, but that's for me is the core, is that evidential profile. Then get out of the way,
Yeah.
Mm.
and the trust comes from experience. And
Yeah.
people say, "Well, how do I get this?" Well, go and practice, and that's another little challenge of mine. I'm out there demming I'm not shouting at, but I'm demming 4 or 5 nights a week.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
doing a
that's
show, a house
massive.
party, a
That's
charity
busy.
night, a church, 4 or 5 nights a week I'm working. And that doesn't make me brilliant. It just means that I've got that bit more experience.
Yeah,
But what I find a change on is when you see me that we live in a very much like now society, now. And you see
agreed.
people, oh, I've been studying for a year, I'm a medium. No, you're not. Yeah, you can't work on yourself in a year and be healed.
Mm.
It's an ongoing. I mean, Gordon Smith, who I met briefly once, the nicest guy in the world. Gordon, I don't know him, but I mean, he said he sat in circle for he said 5 or 7 years without saying a word, just sitting in circle. And
Wow.
I think we lose sight of that. I think sometimes with mediumship, you see people they want to run before they walk. And I always say, just take your time. It's a journey of self discovery.
It is.
I think
It's a
these
journey of
days, I think
self
And
discovery.
people have got really short attention spans. Because as you said, everything is so instant. You can order a
Yeah,
pizza or a coffee by
yeah.
pressing the button on your phone. It gets delivered to you.
And the danger, and I don't go into. I've got this lady does my social media stuff. She does a little bit of TikTok for me. I don't go on it. I get triggered. The
Oh,
garbage, the shit, the dangerous stuff that's spoken on there by so-called mediums is
yep.
fucking dangerous at times. There was a guy, and I started. There was a guy in there, so load of followers going. Someone asked about their baby. Oh no, you'll never see. This is what this guy said on TikTok. You'll never see your baby again. He's already been reincarnated. No, he fucking hasn't. Oh, sorry.
carry
No,
on.
no,
Don't get us
I'm
No,
not
he
started.
going
Get
hasn't.
Glenda
there.
started.
No, he
Oh
hasn't.
yeah.
Yeah.
Love
Oh
is
yeah. Exactly.
I say this all the time at work, and love is all there is. I don't mean, oh, I love you. I mean love as a frequency. The word
Hmm.
universe, one song, love. That's all there is. That's what it is. And when you get people saying that woman's gonna be heartbroken forever,
Yeah. Absolutely.
Exactly.
forever.
They don't know the damage that they're doing.
That's
What
it.
they,
It's
no,
their
you
ego, isn't
cannot
it?
get a. Yep, you cannot get a reading unless you've liked,
Oh,
shared, blah 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 blah. What
Oh,
do you think Spirit give a fuck about that?
yeah. Well,
Really?
during lockdown, I was online 6 nights a week, 7 mornings a week doing meditations. 6 nights. I said to them, "You do not share with me. You do not share me to groups. You don't." And people said, "Oh, I've shared. Do I get a reading?" No, no. Spirit will find you.
I love
Exactly.
Spirit will
that.
find you. That one night, some nights during lockdown, we had 900 people on a. It was wonderful.
Mm.
I'll find you. I don't need a like. If you want to share it, thank you. If you haven't, don't.
Mm.
Exactly.
You don't know their job.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'd
Well,
love that, Bex, because you said I've watched all them back. Not that I'm a stalker, but I have watched all them of those live streams back. And again, I watch them because it's you're honest with people and it's real. And I don't do Facebook lives anymore or anything like that, purely because of I don't want to be bundled into
Yeah,
that group of shit basically and have the same. I will say whoever you work with and you're endorsing them, so their reputation becomes your reputation eventually.
oh yeah.
And so when you said don't share because that's all bullshit and bollocks,
That's
I
it. It's
howled
all
with
bullshit. Oh,
laughter.
yes, it was my saying. It's all bullshit. But if they went, I want you to share so I get more followers. Be honest about it.
Yeah,
yeah,
Don't say Spirit is
absolutely.
exactly.
saying whoever shares most gets the reading.
Yeah.
Really?
You don't do that on you can't do that on platform.
You think
You put your
Spirit give a
parents do.
shit?
Absolutely.
I
Exactly.
mean, if you want to come back to it, it's like I've been blessed. One or two well-known people have come through me. There's no fame on the other side.
Hmm.
No.
I had someone really famous come through for a friend, but once I've had that person, probably one of the most famous people in the world, well, once you've got that, well, it doesn't phase you. It's like
No.
money,
No.
It's like everyone. Well, I could pay £1,000 and get the best. I'll go and get whoever you want. No, they don't give it. Your house doesn't matter. Your money doesn't matter. Not the spirit.
No,
It comes back to love
absolutely
But
again.
not.
he's talking about money. Oh my God, I cannot believe the amount people are charging for readings these days. What
Oh,
did
I
I
have no
see the
idea.
other day? 1,000
What?
and some, what was it?
Yeah,
A
one thousand two
thousand
hundred and
and
sixty dollars. It's an American medium who was British. No, she's well, not was she's British, but now lives in the States without giving her name away. But it's on her website anyway. Yeah, charges
What?
$1,260 for a
nine hundred
reading.
pounds for a reading.
Yeah, pretty much.
See, what that taps into is people's desperation. You
Mm.
know,
I just wouldn't pay. I wouldn't pay that much. I think it's ridiculous.
I
Like
suppose it's a numbers
that's just
game. It's if you've
taken the
got 200,000 followers, it
it's taken the piss.
I think I think that's a bit for me that's excessive, but everyone's got their own
Yeah.
business model. But you're thinking like it alien. I see with my work, I try and do it's only me personally. I try and do a whole mixture. I do if I do a charity night, then that's I never from charity nights I never take a penny. Just take me petrol money. If I do a church special, then it's helping the church raise money, and then people can come along to that. But it's yeah, it does sound. I'm trying not to
It's
be.
sometimes
It does sound a
I know.
bit. It does sound a bit extravagant. $1,200 for an hour or 45 minutes. It's like.
I
But
just
again,
don't
it's.
get it.
I suppose it's all relative. If someone's a multimillionaire, that's like you and I spending a tenner.
Mm. Yes, yeah, I
Yeah.
suppose so.
I had a friend of
Yeah.
mine. And her and her husband are so wealthy, and he's worked really hard for it. So for him, if they go away on holiday, let's say a £20,000 holiday, it's like you and I going away for a £500 holiday. It's all relative,
Mm.
I guess. But I take your point totally. It's yeah,
But
It's
wait,
sometimes I don't know. I think it's taken the piss, but
yeah.
that's just me.
they get us started.
I like her. She's feisty. What star
She
sign are
is.
you? What star sign are you, Glenda?
Me and David are twinsies. We're Librans.
Oh, we are Librans. Oh, we
Both
are. No, that's true.
Librans.
Both
Yeah.
Librans. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
David, yeah, Glenda, you're like a Scorpio.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
she's got the sting in her tail,
And she
certainly.
does. She's got that feistiness.
Yeah. I'll try and balance her
I
out.
think I
Oh,
think yeah, no, I think I'm just too old for bullshit anymore. I just say it
we,
how it
we,
is. I
we
think
do
I've
get
just
like
got
that,
to
don't we?
that point.
Yeah.
Gone through menopause. I don't give a fuck now. I just say it how it is. And it's just like
Oh,
I can't do the bullshit. You know where, but the thing is, you know where you stand with me, and I'd rather be with have friendships with someone that you know where you stand, and there's no bitching behind your back. That's it.
that's it. A couple
That's
of a
me.
couple of friends of mine are going through, well, a couple of very close friends of mine are going through perimenopause, and it's like one's trying to navigate, one's it's like yeah, the joys of being trans, no menopause.
Yeah. I love it.
So, Bex, do you mind if we talk
Yeah.
about that a little bit?
But whatever you want.
So, I know I've heard you say on Hannah's podcast that it's almost like your start your development and your transition kind of coincided at the same time, or maybe one
Mm.
helped with the other. Can you talk more about that and how what that experience was?
As a little
Yeah.
boy, as a little boy, all I wanted to do was talk to dead people. That's all I wanted. But I got nothing because I was so engrossed in my own hiding. I mean, as a little boy of 7, I just wanted to be a mermaid, which was great at
No.
7. Bit shit at 28 though, really. But that's
Yeah.
so I wanted to get involved. I'd watched Tony Stockwell, Colin Fry, TJ Higgs on the TV shows. And in fact, I got to know Colin quite well for only about 9 months, but I got to work with him as well. That was such a gift. And I've worked with TJ a little bit. And I got nothing. I got involved in tarot in my late 20s, early 30s, but the whole spirit stuff, the whole music, nothing. I was so angry. But growing up, it was different times. I mean, I thought I was the only trans. I didn't know what trans was. I
Yeah.
thought I was the only one. So my fear of ridicule, my fear of rejection, my fear of being hated, all that fear was so there was no chance of it. Hindsight's wonderful. There was no chance of me developing anything. So I
Mm.
became. So I'm not saying overcompensate, but I became the best man that I could be. And what happened was I've got an amazing ex-wife who we're still so close. She married her soulmate last year. I went to the wedding. She's beautiful. But cut long story short, we decided to get married in a spiritualist church. And I was just going through some facial surgery. I never had a plan to transition. Even now, I'm still evolving. But we went to a spiritualist church, and then from there, I was still going on my journey. Along came certain mediums. Then I would go on their courses, on their workshops, and slowly, 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 it just became everything I've wanted. So now it's my life.
Yeah,
Pretty much everything around my world is this. And again, like anything, it's as I've evolved, as I've released. I was working last night, and I was working with this lovely girl who is so holding it all in. I said, you'll find a place where your vulnerability becomes your strength, because the vulnerability becomes openness. When you go, this is me, can't change. This is it. If you like me, great. If you don't, great. And where I am now, I'm slightly different in the way of a lot of trans people. And I say with so much respect to every trans person out there, I'm not a woman. I was born with a penis. I had one for 40 years. I grew up with male privilege. I've never had to go through a period. I've not got menopause. I'm Becs. So what I've tried to do and what I've done, especially the last 18 months, is align that, especially with mediumship, divine that, so align that divine masculine and divine feminine. So I become complete.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at. And so and then you integrate, your own sexuality integrates into that. So it's a journey. And someone was channeling once and said, Bex, you've got to take on board, you've been given the gift of two lives. This one life, I have two
Yeah.
lives. So part of my journey has been honoring John. I know a lot of trans people, they want to just forget the past. And I did that for the longest time and then got shown by spirit and shown by plant medicine that, hold on, you've got to honor each version of that little boy who was scared, honor him. And my
Mm.
journey's been, and I said, the teenager, honor him, and the grown-up man who was like, so I've gone through that journey of honoring each part of my journey. Because without John,
Yeah.
and I don't worry about my old age, without John, I wouldn't have this healthy body. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
this strong. And I hated being 6'4", 6'3" for the longest time. And it was only when Spirit said to me, you need to be this big to hold the power.
Mm.
And it finds a place, and that's the thing with it. We're all on a journey. It's all on a journey of self-acceptance. All on that journey of, I get days when I get pissed off. We all do. I do
Yeah.
get a bit wound up when you hear me. You go, oh yes, I'm always happy in my special place. No, you're fucking not.
Oh, fuck
We're
off.
human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
humanness. And that's the other thing. What I'm just saying is that I've got an amazing friend of mine, and what we've been talking about, and you find some of these incredibly spiritual people who talk about different dimensions, go on this journey, that journey. They want to reconnect with great. But we are having this gift of a human, I call it humanness.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we are having humans,
I
and it's the gift of touching someone you love. The gift when you look in someone's eyes and there's that, oh my God, there's that connection. That's a
Yeah.
gift.
yeah.
Hmm.
And I'm not saying don't connect with spirit, don't connect with consciousness, and then use that as part of your human experience. But we are here with this humanness.
Absolutely.
Exactly. We're here to enjoy this ride. We're here to
Yeah.
learn. We're
An
here to
expression.
experience. We're here to feel all
Yeah.
of it. All of it.
We're eternal
And
beings. This is just
that's
the
right.
truth.
And that's why I really believe what you're saying about not shutting off your past, but it also
Yeah.
embracing it. And I do a lot of that stuff with past life regressions, and it's, me showing you your past, you
Yeah.
looking at a little boy and saying, it's okay, I love you, it's okay, like all of that. It's all part of embracing who you are.
Yeah. And for me, it's almost like past life regression because with John, it showed me because people often say, well, why can't we remember all our lifetimes? I go, look, I have enough fucking problems to
We're not meant
remember
to.
one lifetime as John. I don't want 100 of them in my head.
We
That's
don't
why
want
there's
any
a.
of that.
I don't. Well, yes, I mean, I love John, and I've done a lot of work at honouring each part of him. There's parts of him that have come to me, and I've released. We've worked at the anger, released that. So I become that aligned being, that divine masculine, divine feminine. But yeah, absolutely about past life regressions. I mean, it's. I try, that's when I say to people, that's why we can't remember them. Our heads would be so messed up.
Would you imagine?
Oh,
Exactly.
can you?
Imagine coming here
Oh,
overloaded.
Dear
You'd be
me,
like,
no.
yeah,
what,
no, thank
You
you.
wouldn't be, you wouldn't be able
but
to operate as a person, would you?
No,
no,
no.
no. But you'd be holding all those traumas in as well. It's like the things from the past, all of that you haven't dealt with. But oh, I can go on a freaking tangent here, but just linking on to what do you think about like contracts and that? Like, do you think that we come here and we go, I want to try this. Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying that. Or do you think that it just happens? Or do
You
you think
see,
there's something to it? There's
that
something more than just coming for an experience.
there is definitely something more than just randomly, chaotically coming in for an experience because I've experienced something recently and there's learning because it's like when you find a true soul recognition, a true soul reunion, the love is like freaky deaky. Or
Mhm.
you get like when I did a dem on Sunday, and this guy, this old guy, bless him, was there with his daughter, and his wife reunite. They were married for near enough 50 years, That's so, and you could feel the love. That's so that this for them this lifetime. There was it a contract. That's a very physical word. We've signed a contract,
Mm.
so it's physical. And I had this thing with when anything mediumistically becomes tight, I think physically, like when you hear a medium say, "Oh, I can't get them for 3 months because they've got to settle down." No, they haven't. So when we say contract, it sounds a bit, but yeah, their lifetime was their contract, was their agreement to have that whole lifetime, because maybe next lifetime that it'll be a painful love affair. Because if you
Exactly.
assume you're connected for eternity, as much as and I can experience something, I can make something painful at the moment, but that when we look at the whole length of eternity, it's the briefest moment in that journey of love.
Yeah,
So yeah, there's much more to it. But how
absolutely.
it works, I'd go. It's like people ask me, "How does it all this all work?" I go, don't know. I'd go bonkers. I get in the
Exactly.
car.
Yeah.
I get in a car. I drive. I drive. Best example. I get in an aeroplane. I'm 34,000 foot in the sky in a steel tube. Not a clue how it works. But I don't question it. I just sit in it because
Yeah.
I'm comfortable because I can see it.
Yeah. That's
It's like
fascinating.
Exactly.
because it's like Wi-Fi and broadband. We're using Wi-Fi. Can't see it, but we
Can't see
trust
it.
it.
Yeah.
It
Well, what
works.
it's why it's Wi-Fi. Yeah, but what is it? Well, I don't know. It's Wi-Fi. It works. Well, what is it? It's energy. Yeah. Well, ching. Guess what we are?
Yeah. That's what I say with
Exactly.
electricity. All our things are powered by electricity. But what's electricity actually look like?
That's it. It's
It's
like
not
the
the
wind.
it's not the cable, it's not a plug. That's the
Exactly.
conduit. That's not the
There
electricity.
you go.
But it still works, doesn't
There you
it?
go. It's like wind. Can't see wind, but you can feel the effect.
You feel it, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So Bex, talking about Colin Fry, because like you, I watched when we first had cable TV back in the
Excellent.
90s, and yeah, Living TV first came out. I was like you, I was watching Colin and Tony and Derek and TJ. We've had TJ on the podcast as well. How did you come to meet Colin? Oh, 'cause we've also had Craig Morris, who I know as well. He also came on and spoke about Colin as
I know
well.
Craig. I know Craig. I know Craig. Well, Craig and I go way back to Colin Fridays.
Yeah, he did
Um,
mention you as well, actually. How did
really?
that
Oh,
come up?
bless his little cotton
Yeah,
socks.
yeah, how did that come about?
Well, it was someone's working with me, knew Colin, and sent him a video, and next thing I've got a phone call, and it's Colin Fine. I'm thinking, Colin Fine. And he's like, I'd like you to work with me, but I want to check you out first. And he had a weekend down in Cornwall, so I went down to that. At this point, we didn't know, but he wasn't. Was that when it happened? Was that afterwards? I'm trying to remember the time frame. It's like 10 years ago. But at one point, he obviously told me, well, I got to know him a little bit. So I will say I got to know him really well for like maybe 9 months before he passed.
Mhm.
What a generous, beautiful man. And I got to den for him in Cornwall. I think I did one, not two shows. I did one show with him. And do you want to hear a funny story?
Go on.
Okay,
Go on.
so Colin invited me to be his guest. So he's like theatre, say 500 people. I am cacking myself, because it's got so. So he introduced me for the second half. I come out, hello, it's me. I do my first couple of reunions. I call these reunions. Everyone calls them links. I call them reunions. A lot of people start to use that word now, which is lovely because I like that. That's what they are. Anyway,
Trademark it.
so sorry,
You trademark it.
I trademark it. I can't do this. The more people share stuff, the better in it. Anyway,
Yeah.
I had a young guy that committed suicide. His mum is that beautiful. Then I went, oh, I've got a mum here with two daughters. Da da da. And two groups of women put their hand up. One group, two women there, two women right at the back. No, I'm with you two at the back. They stand up. Yes, yes, yes. I said, I've got. Oh, there's a third sister, and they go, yes, there is. I go, well, she's not very nice. No, she's not. She's done this. Yes, she has. She's done that. Yes, she has. She's this. Yes, she is. With that, a woman in the second row stands up and shouts, that'll be me then. So Collins in the wings, pissing himself. I just gone, awkward. But what a lesson. What a lesson. What a lesson. Because Spirit always teaching us, we're going to mess up. Yeah, the whole thing of mediumship is if you're going to push him, you're going to make mistakes. This is when I work, I always start by saying, I'm going to make mistakes tonight because I push my own shit. I'm going to make mistakes because I push it. And I'll say to the audience, if I don't understand something, I will say, help me understand that. I don't help me learn. I'm not frightened of saying that to people,
Oh,
and where I'm very different now to how a lot of music was taught. I was taught that spirit can use our memories. I don't think that's true anymore. How I think it works, there's spirit, there's my spirit. we join. So my role is to make sure there's no separateness. I do that by getting out of the way, and then it comes through me. As it comes through me, it has to come through the brain. Has to come through the brain. It has to. As it comes to my memories might interject. So so how I feel it works for me now. If they give me a particular song, I will say the particular song. If I get the song in my head, Daniel, my brother, it's not necessarily them. It's spirit has shown me I'm the brother, but this is where I think symbols come from spirit. Maybe it's not the spirit in the symbols. It's maybe our brain interpreting what spirit is sharing. Why would spirit work in symbols? Oh, I've
Yeah.
got a clock. Yeah, they can give you a clock. They can tell what it's about. So it's only my belief. I'm exploring this still. So this is very new, but it's as it comes through, and I go, oh, was that? Is my brain helping, or is my brain not out the way fully? Is that making sense? Because
Yeah.
it's the opposite of what's being
Yeah.
taught. But I'm exploring it, and I'm finding more and more. It goes, oh yeah, that, and how names slip in. You know, and that if a name comes into my head, I go, I'm going to give you a name, but it hasn't come out as I'm talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the other night, I was chatting, and then who's Sid or what's Sid? And she went, "That's my dog." Oh, well, the dog doesn't know his name, but what it was, her dad who was coming through was showing her dog who was called Sid, and I missed the slight. In fact, let me tell you a funny story. Very quickly, I'll tell you a funny story that so about how the brain get in the way. So I'm working one night, and this is recently, so I remember it with an aunt, and the aunt and niece relationship was beautiful, was wonderful, and the daughter was there, so it's a great, in effect, a great aunt as well. And the aunt then mentioned the dog that she was looking after, her old dog. Out of my mouth came, "Oh yeah, it's that old shitty dog." I went, "Oh, I'm so sorry." She went, "No, no, no, Bex, it's okay. It's a Shiatsu."
Ah, I get it. I
Yeah. So
love it.
what I think my brain did, she's obviously shown me shiatsu. She's got, but my brain in that instance gone, old lady, old dog. It's going to be a bit pissy, bit shitty, and that came out of my mouth. There's my mistake because we are always learning.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, definitely are. And one thing I want to ask as well, Bex, is I say this to myself now, is when I'm about to do a dem, like did it one the other night, I said to myself, David, get out of the way.
That's it.
So, what does that mean to you? So, for anyone that's new, that's listening, that's new to mediumship, Bex, how do you get yourself out of the way? What's that process for you?
What a fabulous question. Preparation is key for me. And that's for me, and again, it's only my interpretation. That's what's very different between what we call the bull mediums and those that have had to develop differently, not better, not worse, differently. So I know a medium that goes click in this part. Wow, no, I can't do that. So me, the way I was taught by, I've got a mentor, a guy called Eamon, and the way he's always taught is preparation is everything. It's like anything. It's, for me, same thing. If you look at footballers now, they're out practicing, warming up, stretching. In the old days, they was down the pub having a pint before they started playing football. So for me, the first step, there's three or four stages. The first stage is quieting that conscious chatter in mind, because that gets in the way. You
Yeah.
know, if someone overthinks a lot, if someone comes to me for a beginner's workshop, first thing we work out isn't mediumship, it's how are you doing? How does your mind work? Well, I can never stop thinking. Well, there you go. So there's the first exercise. So for me, the very first thing I do is quiet down the physical me, the conscious mind, also my own emotions.
Mm.
I want to get my emotions out of the way. Whatever's going on in my day, whatever's going on in my world, has got to get out of the way. And then the physical body, get the body out of the way. So the body becomes mind, emotion, and body becomes a cliche time, the clear channel.
Yeah,
And then it's making space for love. And then I make space. Then I build up my own. Again, I mean, I don't mean love as in, oh, I love everybody, but I mean love as a frequency. Love is about, we build that up. Then it fills the room, the hall, the theatre. We make, as mediums, again, it's only my view. I make a container
Yeah.
of love where the place of the soul and memories go. Remember, soul and spirit are different. We make a space where spirit can use that soul and the place of soul and love and memories. Then after that's done, then I connect to spirit and then off we go. So for me, it takes me, well, I start in the afternoon. I have a little power nap and then I play my same piece of music. So my mind is already getting conditioned. Something's happened tonight. So, and I've got a little altar, a little place with some nice photos. I just do that, just stand there for a minute, say, come spirit, let's work tonight. get to the car, play my say something. So all the time, my brain is getting ready and going, okay, we know what's happening later. And then I do like a 20-minute attunement in the car, where I do a gratitude prayer, and I do exactly what I described to you. I do that attunement every time I work.
And
Yeah.
talk about the
Oh.
meet and greet as well. I've heard you talk about doing your meet and
Yeah.
greet.
Oh, that's a yeah. No, I don't do it. They stopped that doing that. That got introduced to me a few years ago, and literally I would sit on my bed in the afternoon, link with spirit, and they would show me my first reunion, where the person was sitting, and what they were wearing. The first time it happened, it freaked me out. Then after it flowed, but then they stopped. They said, "No, it was literally one afternoon. I went, I've got no one." Oh, okay. It just
Mm.
Oh,
changed. So it was an experience. I mean, it was a lovely way of working, but I think what happened was maybe I subconsciously became too not complacent, but it was like, this is going to be, yep, okay, where's my first one? As opposed to go making sure I'm totally focused and I was totally present and holding space as I did my achievement. So it might be that
Mm.
I actually hadn't thought it through, but that's just come to me. So yeah, that might make sense
yeah.
because you've got your first one lined up. Oh, sorry, I, I, I always when I work, I'm always once I'm getting the power, it's getting up and working is my happy place.
Yeah.
In front of people, doing my that's my happy place in life. It just is. All my problems go, everything goes. There's one or two other places. There's a lake in Guatemala that is beautiful, but that's by the way. Um, that was very weird. That was a change, but a place called Lake Atchison in Guatemala is my happy place. Um, Along with when I'm working. So what I'm getting to is maybe it was that, but the meet and greet stopped about 18 months ago. But what's
Oh,
happening
wow.
now is always changing. I'm
Yeah.
finding now that
Yeah.
during the day I'm saying, oh, hello. Remember, it's not spirit doing it, it's my spirit and spirit because we are one.
Mm,
Mm.
When people say, oh, they've bothered me all day, no, they haven't. They've been there. Your spirit has let them close, and your brain's going, oh, they bother me all day. It's only because you give them permission.
yeah.
Yeah.
People can
Yeah.
start, we're
Yeah.
spirit too.
Mm,
So
Mm. I've
if the meet and greet, sorry,
I know what you mean. I've been on the way to do a dem and I've sat in the car and I'm like, oh, okay, you've come a bit early. And
yeah,
I felt the energy and was like, okay, young man, got it all, boom, boom, boom. Okay, well, you can just wait. And then when I stood up and it was like, oh, he's coming through again. He's just pushed his way forward. And I thought, well, okay, I must have but I kind of think, did I just relax that for that moment to feel him so close? Or because I don't think I was looking. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't
can I
looking.
give you a thought? Can I share a thought with you?
Mm,
Okay.
yeah.
First of all, I don't believe they push their way to the front. They've got no arms. They can't push. Right?
True.
So if we look into why did your spirit let that, and this is only recently for me, why did
Hmm.
your spirit let that young man come close when you're driving? What was that about? Was he always impatient? Is he desperate to get to someone? Is there something about his personality? Is he angry? And then because what happens, your spirit is giving this a heads up. And
yeah.
this is only recently it's come to me because it happened to me with a very angry mum the other night. I was angry all day. I was like this. I was depressed, and I was like, this isn't. I get down, but this wasn't me. Well, what was it
Yeah.
about? She was with me all day, all day. So it wasn't me saying, "Oh, come on." My spirit was letting her do it. Why? Because when I started, and I got the mum there, I could say to the daughter, she was like that all her life. And look I've only had today to deal with it. You had a whole lifetime of this woman's behavior. And she started to cry. Again, you say so much, spirit of the ultimate intelligence.
Yeah. It's interesting because before it, I do like sound healing and things like that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's just to get everyone in the power to receive or just put their minds at ease. And through the whole sound healing, this young girl cried, and I knew it was for her. I
There you go.
knew it was for her. I
There you go.
knew it was she wanted to connect to her brother, and I'm just like, ah, you're for her. I was just like, right. He was so like, they were so close in life.
Yeah.
But it was just,
And what
I know what you
what
mean.
you did beautifully was you did beautifully. You facilitated that. You got out of the way and you let her feel her brother. That's our
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
You got out of the way and you went, feel your, I actually work now. So I was in silence. I'll get a reunion and just say, Just feel him. Everyone be quiet a minute. Just feel him. Just feel it. And the power of silence is so powerful.
Mm.
Absolutely.
You know, and you say to 100
Absolutely.
people, everyone just shut up. Shut the fuck up. I'm working here. Feel it
Yeah.
too. And then as that love is flowing, the whole room gets filled.
They do. And everyone gets emotional.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
Exactly that, Glenda. Exactly that. Yeah.
I talk about your process, Bex. This really resonated with me as well. And I spoke to many mediums about this, and me and Glenda have had this conversation where I love your process of connection in the sense that, like, when I'm working platform, I don't go direct because for me, if I look at someone, I go, well, like, look at you. To me, that's psychic. And
Yep.
I don't want to start that way. I start purely with, oh, you've got me heads. And I go with that. And I don't like the term we throw it out there. And I really want to slap people that say that because we don't throw anything out. I'm relaying what
Yeah.
spirit are making me feel. And I've had a chairperson of a spiritual center say to me, well, next time you should tune into that person and go direct to them, shouldn't you? And that was said to me. And I had another church say to me, well, going indirect is bingo mediumship, which also annoyed me, but that's not the story. So explain your thoughts on that, Beck. So I know you're passionate about that, is that I'm not looking for you, spirit are, but we'll
Yeah.
find you together.
Yeah. My role, I always say when I work, I want you to enjoy the night, follow me on Facebook, all that stuff you want to, but I'm not working for you. I'm serving the audience, but I'm working with and serving spirit. If I've got a nan here, I'll find you. Now, the way I work I talk about sharing the information because when I work, I say, I don't tend to go direct. Why do I not go direct? Because as soon as a meeting goes direct, and I don't mean I want to work with you, I've got a dad, it's your dad. That's otherwise, if you just go to someone first, that as you're right, that's psychic. Oh, can I come to you? Oh, I'm going to get a man for you. No, no, no. You get my role as a meeting is working for them, with them. I've got
Yeah.
a dad. Now, if they go direct, and I'll explain how I work direct sometimes in a minute, but if you go direct every time or direct for some of the reunions, what happens is the person getting it, yeah, lovely. Everyone else goes, oh, that is so lovely, but it's not mine.
Yeah,
And you
absolutely.
lose them a little bit.
Hmm.
I don't want that. I've set up that container, that space that's held in the like love. I don't want to lose anyone. So when I say I'm going to share with you what they're sharing with me. If it makes sense, I'll come to you. Now, however, what happens is when a medium doesn't go direct and they share it, the temptation on the medium is to stay with the first person who puts their hand up.
Yeah.
That's lack of confidence in the medium's own ability. I won't. I will say to someone, if someone puts a hand up and I don't feel it, I say, okay, let's explore it together.
Hmm.
And I'm working going, no, I'm not feeling it, are we? No, it's not you. I mean, I had a really powerful one the other night. I had two girls at the back and it was a dad. And they're going, yes to everything. I said, look, I'm really sorry. It's not you. I know you're saying it's not you. It's here. And the girls were, but I have to trust it.
Yeah.
I mean, one night, the one example I have is that one night I literally went around 8 or 9 people to find it was the granddad. But what it was, there was a young girl, first time I've seen him, won't put her hand. I said one thing right at the end. I went, look, this is my life. I think it's something about the bed. I can't remember. She put her hand. It might be me. Boom. Well, that's my job. I don't care what people think of me if I go around 7 or 8 people to find the right recipient.
Mm.
So that's why
Yeah.
but they will take me direct because sometimes it'll be like, again, you go, I've got a mum, I don't know, whatever you're describing. And then you go to her and say, look, I've got to come to you because you ain't going to put your hand up, are you? No. Or
Love
it's
that.
someone they don't like. Remember the heat.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
if you've got someone's mum who was toxic, who was, was awful as a parent, and that's the last person someone wants to hear from. No, it's not even their
Yeah.
their own bucket list. Well, they're never going to put their hand up. So Spirit will go, I've got to come to you.
Yeah.
I had a stepmom and she was awful. And the healing, no, it was a stepdad, the healing that was needed. It was too late to release anger, but this poor woman in the front row was still carrying the fear that this man had ingrained in her. Well, that's where the
Yeah.
healing can happen in the frequency instantly. She'd never put her hand up. So in that case, Spirit took me direct. Again, it's trusting.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But to say you've got to always go direct or always share it, Spirit know their job.
Yeah.
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 And
Exactly.
again, this I don't do a lot of churches. I don't serve them on. I don't do Sunday services. I do church specials for churches. I love doing them, and they give me a little bit of leeway. They give me a bit Beck space. You know?
Love
Because I
that.
don't, if I had a chairman say to me, right, like, there's one church that didn't invite me back after a special because the chairman said, we work this way. I went, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't. I'm very reverent. I'm very, very respectful in a church or spirit centre. But again, if a chairman said to me, you've got to go direct every time, I go, well, I can't work that way. I might go
No,
direct, but
Yeah.
Craig
it's
said
up
that
to,
as well. He had that experience where he said to the president, "Well, don't book me again then, because I'm not being
Yeah.
forced to work your way. Because
yeah,
what is your way?" I
yeah,
always say, do you think really Spirit really give a shit how you get the message to someone, as long as it goes to the right person? Do you really think they're going, "Oh, you're really bad because you didn't go direct"? No, of
yeah.
course they're not. Do you know what I
But
mean?
remember also in our world of mediumship, of spirit work, one, there are a lot of fragile egos
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
our work, it's very hard to quantify our work. It's very hard to uh, critique our work because if someone is sitting, if you're working with someone and that reunion has touched them, they felt their loved one, they've got the validations they want and they needed. What does it matter what anyone else? Well, you didn't mention their blue socks. Well, I don't give a fuck. Or
Yeah.
you didn't get their
Exactly.
date of birth. Well, they didn't share it. I
Yeah,
mean, last
Yeah.
night I was working with a guy whose dad passed when he was 10 days old. I said, well, no, I said, "Oh, you're 14 when your dad passed." He went, no, I was 10 days old. So why is the 14th important? That's my birthday. I got it slightly around the wrong way. Okay. So if
Yeah.
someone wants to
Big
judge me for
deal. You
that,
still
fine. Yeah, I should have said the
yeah,
14th because it may have popped the 14th. And I thought, okay. But that's the one thing I'd say to people is what I tend to do with my world. And I'd say this to anyone who's, I just keep my head down and do my own little thing.
yeah.
Because,
Exactly.
best way
it
to
doesn't
do
matter if
it.
I'm trans or, I'm wide open for all sorts of, you know,
Have you had issues with people that are rude, hecklers, or all that sort of
oh,
Oh, she
stuff?
oh
loves a
no,
heckler.
I love a heckler. I love
Really?
banter. I love it. I say, oi, I do the joke, so you come up and do my job. I love it because it's the energy. I've had people being rude. I think what it is, what I try and live by, everyone carries grief differently. And how does it come out? I'm the nearest thing. If they think means it's all rubbish, I'm still the nearest thing to their loved one. If they think it's amazing and
Yeah.
they're desperate to hear from their loved one, and I don't get them that night, and they go, "Well, Bex was no good. I don't get my mum." That's their grief talking. It's not me. It's not about me. I can't, what anyone thinks of me isn't my business.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can only do the best that I can do.
Exactly.
And I've had trouble about being trans. No, I think. Do you know what? Most people are nice. Most people just try and get through life. You get your.
Yeah.
People ask me about it. I'm an open book. I'll talk about it. I've got no high. And maybe I'm a little bit different. I don't try and. I said earlier, I don't say to people, I'm a woman. I'm Bex. I have 40 years of male experience. So I can talk to a guy in spirit, a woman in spirit, not talk. I can blend with a man and understand them because I've
Both.
experienced both sides of the fence, if you like.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so if we were to look at mediumship, how it is these days and everything that goes with it, is there something that if Bex could change it, what would you do? How
Why
would
change?
you change mediumship these days
Oh,
and how it's unfolding?
see, I don't really have a lot of experience of watching. I love watching mediumship, and I don't live far from the Arthur Finney College, and I go there. I've got a night off, and I sit in the energy, sit in the pound, and love it. Um, I think um, I think music is moving more and more towards its healing capacity. I
Yeah.
think leadership goes way, and I think I'm shifting. Well, I have shifted away from evidence, 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 evidence. Because if you look historically with the SNU, it had to be evidence, but because that's how they got. I understand that's how they got their license as a religion. It's an evidence based read. Absolutely understand it. But I'm not SNU. I love the SNU. I love the church. I love church. I love going to the college, but I'm not governed by it. So as I've evolved, for me, there is more and more moving into that. There's two things. Once you've done, and it is vital, you have that evidential profile. You can't start till you've got a man here. You've got to have the right recipient and the right spirit. Once you've got the evidential profile, it becomes more and more, where is the healing needed? what does that person need to hear from their loved one that they may be holding on to?
Mm.
Mm.
I had a beautiful nan last night, and it was like her mum. It was beautiful. But what came out was the jewelry box, and the jewelry went to the wrong people. And she went, yeah, and I could feel her energy. Like, I said, but your nan doesn't care. You've got your nan in your heart. And what was the nan doing in that moment? This poor woman still carried the anger and the guilt that she couldn't protect the jewelry. It doesn't matter. So in that moment, there was the
Yeah.
healing. And so as you
Yeah.
can get
Yeah.
deeper, I mean, you get all sorts of things coming. So there's that healing. And also what started recently is, and it may not be the spirit person, but it's spirit. They'll teach the congregation something. They'll share. I don't want to say this, but for everyone, dreams and visitations. Boom, have that. Don't know why. Again, it's just trusting
Mm.
the process.
Yeah.
But I think
Absolutely.
it's definitely there's definitely becoming more and more a healing content to each reunion.
Where's the you've now, Bex, you've just been over to the States.
I did.
So how is the difference with their mediumship to mediumship in the UK? I know there's a massive difference. So can you
Sure.
like share what you learnt over there or experienced?
I didn't watch any mediumship when I was out there. I went out. I was
Oh,
invited out to
okay.
do it. I was out invited to do a couple of fundraisers, and I worked in Hollywood.
Oh, I saw
But
stalking
you
the
think,
page.
look, okay, so one night you're in Hollywood, next night you're in Basildon. I love both. Spirit don't care.
Yeah.
Spirit don't care. It was lovely. It was a lovely experience being in California. I've never been to LA. But as far as my work was received, I was so pleased because the general consensus was, well, obviously I've got a London Cockney accent. I'm trans. I talk a bit too fast. So the work was well received, because they haven't had or don't seem to get that healing element to it so much. But I don't know. I didn't see elements. I just know that I loved going there, and my work. I did a couple of fundraisers and some bigger house parties, all to raise funds for this charity, and the feedback was lovely. The feedback was lovely. So it was like I'm in LA. It's an ego thing, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Love it.
Yeah.
I'm in Hollywood. Yeah, it's just people. It's
Mm.
just
Yeah.
people. And spirit just want to reunite with their loved ones. And they don't care if you're in a £5 million house or I'm doing it in a small church. They don't care.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Absolutely.
Anything else is ego. It just
Yeah.
is.
Yep.
Yeah. And how do you keep up your energy,
Exactly.
Bex? Because doing 4 or 5, I mean, I've done 4 dems in a row before, and I'm like, "Ugh," afterwards. So how do you keep your energy up doing that like full time?
I think what it is, it's experience. And we come back to that preparation. Once I build up, I view it like a mobile phone. So when I start to work and I'm building up that heart energy, that love power, filling up the room, then I'm connecting with my team, and that fills the room up. It's a different type of power. But at 9:30, as Den finishes, the energy's gone.
Hmm.
But I'm
Mm.
then back to Bex and going, well, Bex, you step back in. So
Yeah.
if it's a late night, like last night, like it was a bit of a drive home. I was in Southend last night, so it's a bit of a drive home. So I'm tired. It's midnight. But as far as the
Yeah.
power goes, yeah, I've done. I think the most I ever did was 6 straight nights, and that was like by the sixth
Wow.
night. But for me, it's only my experience. It's a different type of energy I'm using because I'm using spirit. This is
Mm.
why, if ever you see, only my view, and this is a bit controversial, if you see a meeting, they go, "Oh, I'm so tired after a dem. I'm just so wiped out." They've worked psychic.
Mm.
4 nights in a row, that's different,
Hmm.
David. But if
Yeah.
you see a meeting that does a dem, oh, I'm so tired after an hour and a half dem, I'm just wiped out. That's because they've used their own hour. They've used their own power.
Mm.
Yeah. I
Because
know with my readings, I do psychic, I'm tired.
oh,
Mm.
I'm
that
tired
wipes
when
me
I
out.
do
If I
psychic.
don't do a lot, so if I do 3 straight psychic readings like tarot, at the end of that I'm like, for fuck's sake, I'm like this. Why? Because that's my
Yeah.
energy. We're
Yeah.
working psychically. Does it
Mm.
make sense?
Yeah.
No, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes
So
sense.
Yeah.
also experience. If you've never worked 4 straight nights, well, of course you'll be tired. You're
Mm.
working your powerful.
Mm.
But if you do one dem, and let's say it's an experienced medium who says, "Oh, every time I dem, I'm so tired afterwards." For me, and I'm not criticizing that to do with me. I would feel they're not using their spirit power. They're not using the connection power. They're not using the love power. They're using their own psychic energy, which might mean the reading someone. But don't get me wrong. Some people like on a audience. Some audiences like psychic readings. They want it all about them.
Mm.
I don't do that.
No,
It's
I don't. Yeah.
but that's
Yeah.
me.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you do psychic readings as well as mediumship, or you just
I
mediumship?
don't get a chance. I do the odd one or two, and I love tarot cards. I study it. For me, tarot, and again, it's only me. They make a lovely link, a bridge between me and my client. My view on they're pretty cards. I don't care who touches them. They become very special when we start working with them. And what I like about them for me is it gives me a structure for a reading. But that's because I can be all over the place. You might have noticed that. I just go so
That's me.
yeah. So I do it. I use the Rider. I've used the Rider Waite Pat forever. I use the Celtic Cross and some other little bits with it, and I get the idea of who they are, their foundation, their part. It gives me a foundation.
Mm.
I don't personally believe in fortune telling.
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't believe in
saying.
telling. I believe we have future possibilities and future potentials. And I nicked
Yes.
that saying from a Tony Stockwell course, so I've got to give him credit for that saying because I nicked it from Tony Stockwell about 15 years ago. But I love that. I love that. I love that description.
Yeah.
And so I don't do many. But I occasionally do something called a recreation reading, which is all about the client, about where they are, what is their soul saying to them, what aren't they listening? Because remember, no one really needs a psychic reading. No one really needs a recreation. No one really needs a mediumship reading. The only thing we get them all is because we are not connected enough, or we're not listening to our intuition. I
We're
always think,
disconnected with ourselves.
yeah, intuition is the gateway to our soul.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
Yeah,
guilty.
that's what, yeah, I call mine soul to soul readings
That's what I call them
because
as well. That's it.
yeah, because
Yeah, that's it.
it's just, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And what we're doing is, and I don't know if you agree, is what we're doing is we're simply saying to them what their soul's saying to them, but they're not listening.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Hmm.
And they're going,
Exactly.
"Oh, I know
And that,
that. Well,
how
why haven't
did
you
you
done it?"
know?
Because I
Yeah.
just need someone to tell me. Boom. Yeah,
There you
exactly
go.
that. Yeah, exactly that, Glenda.
Yeah.
Because 90%,
Yeah.
95% of what comes out in a psychic reading or recreation, the client already knows. Otherwise, it wouldn't be
Yeah.
coming out.
Yes,
Mm. No, I agree.
exactly.
Yeah.
Or,
And sometimes you think, because I do predictions
okay,
and you think, am I actually just reading their ambitions and
yeah.
their, manifestations of what they want? So if they actually follow through, is it a prediction?
Oh, totally get you.
Do you know what I mean? Do you know
Totally
what I
get you.
mean?
Totally get you. Totally get you. Because we're tapping into their stream, into their consciousness. If you want to go
Exactly.
down a rabbit
Exactly.
hole, has it already happened?
Oh.
Mm.
Are we all living one moment
Mm.
of the whole time, eternity in one moment? Experience rabbit hole. Oh, don't take me down a rabbit hole, guys. If don't, we'll be here hours. If we go down rabbit holes, we will be here
I know.
forever.
Me too.
Yeah,
David
Glenda will
always
take you
checks
there.
out.
Yeah, but I love a rabbit hole, me.
I
I
love
love
it.
a rabbit hole
Me too.
because I
It's
think
like talking to Ollie. Ollie always goes, I don't know all the answers, but yeah, it hurts my brain to think
yeah.
about it. I love that.
But he's right because
It
my brain goes,
does.
well, why bother? Like being in an
Yep.
airplane again. I've got
Yeah.
friends. I've got a few beautiful close friends who are so spiritual, and I said, well, yeah, yeah, I'm not going to go there. It's fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth dimensions, and she's amazing. This friend, she's the most amazing person I've probably ever met. She's like eighth. I go, well, I haven't experienced that, but then of course I have, but my brain's going, we don't need to worry about that. Your work is the mediumship.
Yeah.
My
Exactly.
work
That's
is
what I say.
Mm.
I say I'm here for a different purpose. This is what
Yeah.
I'm here. This is my job. I'm staying in my
exactly,
lane, and that's what I'm doing. That's your purpose. That's your lane.
yeah.
You go down that
Yeah.
way.
And then it
Hmm.
blends, you can mirror each other. I mean, I've done a lot of plant medicine. I've sat with grandmother ayahuasca an awful lot. So I've done my journeys and I'm still doing it. I still love the medicines. I've got a medicine journey coming up in May and one in
Oh,
March.
I want to know more about this because I've got clients that do this sort of thing, and they
Okay.
always say to me, would you do it? As a medium, tell me, how does it take you on that journey as a medium? Does it open you up so much more? What does it show you? I'm so intrigued.
Right. Remember grandmother ayahuasca, it's about you. A lot of people go, oh, I want to go on a journey, experience this. Yeah, I've done an odd journey with grandmother, but most of it's been about me. What have I released? Because unless I'd say chatting to you as a friend, right? Unless the medicine calls you, do not do it. It's not going, I'll give it a try, see what happens. No, this is sacred plant medicine.
Hmm.
I've heard people saying they go to ayahuasca parties. No, it's like even with mushrooms. It's
Yeah,
mushrooms are
no,
sacred. If you've ever seen the film Avatar, you know what mushrooms are about. It's
just
sacred
wouldn't do
plant.
it.
It connects us to us. It connect. Yes, if it gives you, if you feel you go, yeah, but I need a better connection with myself. I need healing. Yeah, you go with an intention. I've had the most
Mm.
challenging, frightening journeys with grandmother ayahuasca, but I've had some beautiful ones. But it's not for the
Yeah,
faint. Any of the sacred medicines are not for the faint-hearted, and unless you get a calling for it, don't
yeah.
touch it. That's what everyone
See, I
watching.
can I can do a lot of that stuff just doing breath work.
There you go. There you go.
So I kind of go, I don't know if I need to go down
Don't
there to
don't do
that
it.
journey because I've never wanted to, but
Don't
I've
do it.
had people say, "Oh, would you do it?" And I'm like, it
No.
scares me. But breath work, I can get
Yeah.
to that state with
Yeah.
breath work, with my own breath,
There you
with
go.
my own consciousness. Like I just
There you
feel
go.
like I can get there.
Yeah. Then don't
So,
do it
but I've,
unless it
but I've
calls
always
you.
been intrigued. Yeah, I've always been intrigued as a medium because I've not spoke to a medium that's actually done it to
Yeah.
go, oh yeah, I bought, I had this insight, I saw this, I saw this. So
It's for
it's just
me,
mainly about the healing.
and
Yeah.
I just to give you an idea. I've sat with grandmother about 50 times. So I've sat
Wow.
with her a lot, and
Okay.
I've sat with something called sassafras. It's beautiful. I've done something called buffo, which is even more very quick. Ayahuasca is something called DMT. Buffo, which is a toad medicine, is called 5-MeO DMT. So it's very different.
Is that when they
No,
put
that's
the
Cambo.
thing in?
That's Cambo. I haven't. That hasn't called me at all. The whole thing of getting my face. No, but Cambo's more cleansing. I understand, but I've never done Cambo, so I'm not one qualified to talk about Cambo. But with grandmother, it was the journey has been about me. Everything from a dying experience to a birthing experience to this. And it makes me a more. I think what it does, it's made space for more and more my soul to be complete with me, so I can
Mhm.
open up more to my
Yeah.
soul journey. But yeah,
Yeah.
if anyone ever says, "Do you want to try it?" You simply say, "Doesn't call me." That's it.
Yeah, it doesn't call
Yeah.
me.
I really, I can't tell you what to do. I would seriously, like, really suggest don't touch it because it doesn't call you.
I think it
Mm.
takes the sacredness away from it, doesn't it? It's been like
Yeah, I
mediumship
mean,
these days when these
oh,
people are doing TikTok, this, that, and the other. For me, it takes the value and the
yeah.
sacredness out of the reason why we're doing it.
You see,
Exactly.
I try and lose that word. Yes, it's sacred in its intention, but for me, what was the one word we got is it's trust. Spirit are trusting us. Every time the three of us do a reunion for someone, everything that spirit person is, their love, their memories, their essence, everything they are eternally is in the palm of our hands.
Mm.
What we're going to do with
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
And every time I teach, every
Yeah.
time I do a beginner's course, that's the first thing I teach: responsibility.
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly.
Because
Uh-huh.
Oh
they
yeah.
are, if you ever see my work, I have the biggest amount of fun. I joke,
Yeah.
I laugh, but the responsibility and the trust they put in me is absolute. And in that way, that's
Yeah.
sacred. Because I think when you use the
Yes.
word
Yes.
sacred, it can come across religious. I'm
No,
not
I know.
religious.
Yeah, yeah. No,
I'm
I'm not either.
deeply,
Yeah.
exactly. We're deeply spiritual.
Yeah.
And the gift, if you like, is the trust they have. If they was about it's been a gift, the gift is from them, the trust they have in us.
Yeah.
When you're reuniting someone, I do this thing called I'm not trying to sell it, but I've got my second book coming out called Hugs from Heaven. And when you've got spirit trust you to almost overshadow you, and they're hugging someone and they're feeling them, and then you say, open your heart, let them in, and they start sobbing in your arms as they're feeling that love one. There's the trust, and that's
Yeah.
the sacredness. That's our responsibility.
Yeah.
And I
So would you
just feel
say
Yeah.
sorry.
so would you say it's a gift or an ability then? Because I call my what we do an ability rather than if
Yeah,
someone takes what I give them as a gift, that's
yeah.
great. But I call it an ability rather than
Yeah,
I'm
it's
so
the ability,
gifted.
and we can learn it, we can expand it, and we can develop it as much as we want to for ourselves. And again, I use me as an example. This is my world. I'm doing it for.
Mm.
I'm like now. I mean, I usually get up, I posture about, I go to a yoga class. That's important. I go to the gym. I want to keep my body in shape. And
Yeah.
and then there's a day in the evening. So I'm don't get me wrong. It's not poor me. I've got a beautiful life. I've got some lovely friends. I've got an amazing couple of friends. I've got one or two very special connections. But my world pretty much is my mediumship, is my work. But that's my choice. But that's
Yeah.
always I wanted
Yeah.
that from a kid. So
Yeah.
I'm blessed. I'm living my dream.
You're
You know,
living
it's
your
like,
passion. Yeah.
yeah, you know, I mean, I'm stuck in the traffic driving to Southend last night. I'm going, oh, for God, this traffic. But Southend's about, you won't know where, Glenn, you won't know Southend, but it's literally, the traffic takes me nearly 2 hours to get there. But I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Yeah.
And when I get in front of
Yeah.
people and you facilitate, it's what we do, we facilitate these reunions. That's the gift.
And that's why I
Absolutely.
watch you quite a lot. I even watch just replays. I sound like a really crazy stalker, don't I?
I have made a
Watch
note
out!
of that,
Watch
He
out!
David. I
is.
have made a note, actually.
He is.
I'm about to block you, man. I'm about to block you on everything.
No,
No, I
no.
think it's
Next
because when I
time you
watch,
just
Me and you,
next
Glenn, the
time,
next
yeah.
time. Me and you.
Yeah, yeah. And then you'll be like, and David, we know you're watching.
Yeah.
that's so when I watch it, it's just we all have those days where we go, oh, I don't know if I can do it today. But
Yeah.
when I watch back your dems and even your interviews, I go, oh, do you know what? I feel inspired, so I'm going to do it.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I say to myself,
Yeah.
do what she says, get out the fucking way, and just do it.
Yeah.
And so you are, although I've not seen or seen a lot of you over a long period, as more recent, there is that thing. I don't know if you realise it, Beck. I know Ollie said it to you as well, that I think you do inspire people. You do it because what we see from you when you're working, even when you're talking, the passion that you have. And I think sometimes in this game, you can lose a little bit of that because of
Yeah.
external factors and whatever else. So that's the only reason why I watch it back. Because if I need a bit of a boost before a dem, I go, right, I'm going to put that on. And it just gives me a little bit of a, right,
I'm
come
going to
on
say
then.
something to you. I'm going to say, this is the hardest path to follow.
Oh, absolutely.
We are our biggest
Yeah.
critics.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Yeah.
no objective validation for your work. You can't say, "Oh, I've mended that car. Look how great it is." No, there isn't. There are going to be days. I tell you, and I don't get it now, but I'll tell you that there were days when I did. So I was driving home crying, going, "You can all fuck. I'm never doing that again. I can't. What I messed up." Learning experience. It's about me. There was spirit of constant. The place we have to find ourselves, and David's a journey. You're on the journey. You'll get to the
Absolutely.
place where I go, I know my preparation. I know I'm constant. The only thing that's not constant with the audience or the congregation. That will change.
Mm.
Like Southend last night was like, whoa! The thing was so intense, but completely different to the last time I was there. So what was the frequency, the energy of the audience was different to last time.
Yeah.
But the journey is finding that, because there will be days, Dave, you're going to, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I know. I've had that plenty of times.
But think about what you do. And this is what's beautiful
Mm.
about you. You'll get up and you'll go back and do it again because it's your
Yeah.
calling. It happened to
Yeah.
me. There were times where, oh, I don't want to do this. I'd go on a course and get, told I wasn't doing it right, and you go home and cry, but I'm never going to do it again. I can remember, okay, the first night when I first started, what I used to do, I'd say to my family and friends, "Can I come around and practice? No money. Let me come around and practice, and I'll take my tarot cards as my backup plan." And then eventually I started just going. I was doing the odd house party with friends of friends for free. Now, the very first night I did a house party for someone I didn't know who got recommended to me, I went round to their house. I will never forget this. My memory is rubbish. My memory is absolutely I'm told not saying that. My memory can be challenging. I was in their conservatory. There was, I think, 8 of them. Started my work. Remember, this is the first time I've ever worked with a group of people I don't know. Knew no one. All I got all night was a Sydney Opera House. I left. I got in my car. I might be driving a van. I sobbed my eyes out and said, "I'm never doing this again. Don't you? But I'm just doing my best. Why can't you?" I made it all about me. Yes, because it was all about me, because I hadn't learned to get out of the way. So it will.
Yeah.
And I think the best mediums, have had the most challenging lives.
Yeah.
And the most challenging journey on their mediumship experience. Why? It makes us empathic.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
makes
I
us
agree.
genuine. The best compliment I ever get paid, the best compliment I ever get paid is, "Bex, you're honest."
Mm-hmm.
Best compliment I ever get paid.
Yep.
Bex, we love you. You're so honest. If you've got it wrong, you're in the wrong place, boom. But that comes from a place of the inner comes of going, I've done my inner work as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Dave, what you experience is so normal for as mediums that
Yeah.
find their space.
Mhm.
What does it show, David? It shows you care.
Yeah.
It shows your passion. The ones go, "Oh yeah, it's about bad night, never mind, huh?" But you're going, "Oh, I messed up." No, David, it shows you care. It shows your passion. It's beautiful, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. We keep
Yeah,
going.
exactly
We
right.
keep working.
We keep going.
Absolutely.
So we do.
Yeah.
We keep saying yes.
Yeah, but that's what we
Yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah,
And then we're like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
yeah.
but it's
I'll
when
do it
you know
again.
I
You get
don't.
home,
I don't know about you
you
guys.
get home
It's
and you
where.
go, did I do all right? You know, it's
Oh,
Yeah,
like, oh, I could have done better. Fucking hell.
right. But that's what we do. We always check in, and I'm going to quote
Yeah.
TJ Higgs. She once
hmm
said to me, "The minute you come off stage or off platform, and you think you've cracked it, give up."
Yep.
And
yeah,
I nicked
Exactly.
that. If ever I get someone's quote, I will always honour the source of it. And TJ said that to me once. The minute you think you've cracked it, as you come off platform stage, give up. And
yeah.
I add to it,
Yeah.
we're only ever scratching the surface because
Yes.
our spirit knows everything. Our spirit knows everything, but
Mm,
our brain is still playing catch. Our brain, our emotions, everything about us is still playing catch up.
yeah.
So like
Are you?
every time I come off, I go, oh sorry. Every time I'm driving home, I go, what did I miss? Oh
Yeah. I could have said that
Yep.
better. I brought that through a
yeah.
bit better and all that kind of stuff. Are you doing her weekend in March? TJ and
Eastbourne,
friends.
I've done Eastbourne with her every year for 11 years since she started.
Are you doing this one?
Oh yeah, I'm down there.
I'll see you there because I'm one of the
Right.
mediums.
Oh, fantastic! Well,
Yeah.
if you're one of the meetings, I will see you there. And you historically I demmed on the Saturday night, but last year's I've demmed the last bit on Friday night. So, with TJ, I just say, let me know what you want me to do. You want me to dem? You want me
Yeah.
to teach? You want to do the morning meditation? I'm just so easy going. But yeah, I've done it every. Is it obviously your first time?
My
You will
first
love it.
one. Yeah. Yeah.
No egos, no dramas, just lovely people.
Yeah.
Right on, and the hotel is lovely. It's right opposite the beach. You can go for early morning walk. The pier does great chips and great food. I can't recommend it enough. I always want it is the best weekend.
Wow.
I look
Right.
forward to it.
I want a promise here that you get a photo together, David underneath your armpits, because he's so
Absolutely,
small, you know.
Oh
absolutely
yeah.
do photos.
Absolutely.
I want
Absolutely.
photos. Send me a photo.
Oh,
And
there'll
what?
be
And if you're
there'll be
you
plenty.
say, do you say you're demming on one of the nights?
Yeah, she's not get that sent through the
Right.
itinerary yet, but yeah, we'll be
When you
demming and
dem,
whatever. Yeah.
just get up. The audience will have so much love for you. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy every second
Absolutely.
because they are just such a wonderful. They're such yeah. They're and it's a chance to experience that a different type of audience. Enjoy it.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely will. Absolutely will. I've just come to the end now, Beck. So we'll obviously be aware of time. We're going to ask some quick funny questions, if that's all
Okay.
right.
Shoot.
Go on, Glenn.
I've come
Joanne, do
up
you want
with
to
bull.
start?
I come. Yes, well, I've just brought up a new one that's come in my head. Right, if
Oh,
you had three things that you couldn't live without, before you go up on stage, Bex, is it going to be lip gloss,
Oh, okay.
a hair, a hairbrush, or concealer?
Hairbrush.
Okay, all
okay.
right.
All
The
right.
next one is, does pineapple belong on pizza?
Controversial.
Oh, she's thinking about it.
You see, my heart.
You,
What's
D-
I've
David
got to
can't be
say.
fucking winning this season. I'm telling
I've
you,
got to
he's
say.
winning
I've
this
got to.
season.
If I had choice of different pizzas, it would be no. But if
Oh,
it was
far out.
But if the pizza was if it was cheese and pine, if all there was cheese and pine and pepper pizza, I'd eat it. But I think
If
no.
it was a choice.
If it was a choice,
Fuck,
I wouldn't have
David.
pineapple.
Good choice.
David's winning this
Correct
season.
answer.
Thank you.
If Spirit had a complaints department, what do you think the most complaints would be about?
Oh, if Spirit had a complaints department. Every breath is a gift. Don't waste it.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Because we're all guilty. I do it.
Yeah.
I got given that by a shaman. Every breath is a gift. I added, well, what are you going to do with it? I'm as guilty. I mean, some of my breaths, I get moments. I call them perfect moments in time. We all get those little, and they're
Yeah.
price. They haven't got anything to do with money. They can just be priceless. You just sit with someone, and it's a perfect moment in time. And I think Spirit, if they were going to complain about us, they won't complain. They just say, just every breath's a gift.
It
Yeah.
is. It is.
We all
So
lose sight of it,
if,
even mediums.
Yeah.
But that's what they would
yeah,
share. That'd be
Yeah.
their complaint.
absolutely.
absolutely.
And if Mediumship had a reality TV show, what do you think it would be called? Spirit Island, The Medium Games, Who Wants to Be Evidential?
See, the problem I have, I don't own a TV. I don't own a TV.
What, what,
So a
what,
reality
what do you
mediumship
think?
show.
Yeah.
Can you imagine putting 20 mediums in a room together? Oh, no, I can't imagine.
I'd love to be the producer.
I don't know how
Um,
they do it. 20 mediums. Like, I don't know. What would it be called? Who wants to be a medium?
Medium.
Not who wants to be a medium. Who wants to
No.
be a medium? Who wants to be a medium? Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to think of TV game shows. Uh, Golden Shot.
It'd be funny.
Sorry, I can't.
It'd be funny. I
Oh,
don't
I
know.
think it'd be. I mean, I think this is a serious, but the challenge with doing anything on TV is one, they can edit it,
Mm,
and two, it's what they want from you. Is it may not. I got asked to do something, an offer of something in LA that sounded on the surface beautiful, but I couldn't get involved with it because initially it sounded really good, but I thought no, it'll take away the integrity of my work. It's still a great idea, but it's no. And so
yeah.
I think the reality shows, and it happened to some mediums on telly. You saw them when they went on Who Wants to, the Celebrity Big House.
yeah,
You know, you don't know what really happened. You don't know what they've done, and you don't know how it's edited. So I think a game of, you know, I don't know what it'd be called. You know, mediums beware. I don't know. Is that Mediumship Island? Maybe. I don't know.
maybe.
Not a good answer. You have to edit that out. 'Cause
So, right,
I don't know the TV, so I don't know.
but would you do if it was the right right concept? Would you do a
Yeah.
TV show
Yeah.
if it
I'd be
was
up
the
to
right
anything.
thing?
As long
You
as
know?
it's done from the you know, it's like anything. If it's done with the right intention, I mean,
Yeah.
Mm,
Colin Fry opened up TV for the UK.
yeah, yeah,
John Edwards did
Mm,
the same in America.
yeah,
hmm.
But it's there's a few people who I see online come up with some, and they're very much like Colin Fry-esque.
yeah,
You know, they're Stephen Hughes shoes. That's great, great. I'm Becs.
yeah,
So you know,
Yeah.
and it's like John Edwards I think he's coming over to the UK next year.
yeah. He is. Yeah.
You know, I'd like to experience his work. You know, not to get a reading, but I've seen him and he influenced my work. I've got one of his CDs from like 25, 20 odd years ago.
Mm,
I got a reading.
Oh,
I
you
got
got
a
reading from
reading
John
from him.
Edwards?
Frickin's amazing. He
Yeah,
brought through my mum.
yeah,
Yeah, spot on.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
yeah,
Absolutely. But I could see he was getting pissed off with everyone and just, the people. I can take it. I can
yeah,
take it. And it's like, oh God, no,
yeah.
no. Yeah. And he hates the when someone says, I'm an empath, and he can see he's just like, oh,
He's going, like, yeah,
here we
really,
go.
yeah. I
yeah.
get, yeah. But everyone wants to be spotted, everyone wants to be part of it. So yeah, yeah. But come back to TV show. No, I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything. Would I do one? Yeah, I would. I mean, I got asked to do something, and but it wasn't right, and it just went. No, I can't do that.
Yeah, no, it has to be right. It has to be.
I mean, maybe,
Does it
the thing to
resonate
do
with you?
is to lose, you know, some of the younger ones, even some of the older ones, you know, if you see it on TikTok, and I don't do it anymore, they're looking for clicks, they're looking for fame and fortune.
Yeah.
Mm,
As soon as you do that, you're fucked. I'm
yeah,
blessed. I
Mhm.
pay my bills. I drive a really old car. It's the gas is gone, but I've got enough savings to pay for it. I've got a friend of mine in the other side of the world. I can save up for my flight ticket to go and see her. Happy days.
yeah.
That's
You
it.
know, it's
That's
like
it.
if you want to be rich and famous, don't be a medium. You know,
Oh,
Absolutely.
you know,
absolutely.
you know,
Absolutely.
and yeah, I've got a nice little following but I've been doing it a long time. And like you said, if you're genuine, that's what people get attracted to. You know.
Yeah, people see
Yeah.
it. People not stupid.
Any more? Right, sorry. Back to silly questions. Any more silly questions?
No,
I'm
just
enjoying the silly
just
questions.
one last question.
Shoot.
If this was your last conversation,
Hmm.
what legacy would you like to leave behind?
Oh, what legacy? That's a really good question.
A bit of a deep
I'd
question,
like
really, isn't it?
people to think that I was honest. I'd like
Mm.
people to think that I work with integrity, and I'd like them to go. Bex gave me the gift that I know I'm not alone. I know I'm going to see my loved ones again. Bex gave me that knowing, not about that knowing,
Yeah,
Mm.
and then despite everything, I still try my best.
Yeah. That's
be my
beautiful.
legacy, I think.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful.
And
what
what
a
a
way.
legacy.
Yeah, what a legacy, and what
Yeah.
a way to end the episode, I think. Apart from
Yeah.
Bex, where can people find you? If you're out and about
Oh,
doing your dems, where can people find you, follow you?
well,
I
my
know where to
web.
follow you.
Glenda.
Figure that one out.
Glenda, I'm getting a bit worried now, Glenda. Glenda, I'm getting a bit worried.
You should be.
He's coming to Eastbourne. I've got to
You'll
look
be at
that.
your
I've got
I've
my
fucking
been knocking
bedroom
on
door.
door
your
ring
bedroom
twice.
door.
I've
Bex,
got
are
to
you
knock
in
on the
there?
Bex, are you coming down for breakfast?
I'll be there with an axe.
Let me in.
Here
Let me
comes
in, Bex.
David.
Can I sit on your table every day? Of course you can. But obviously,
Love it.
being very serious for a second, you can edit this bit out. If you get to Eastbourne and you don't know anyone and you see me, come up to me. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
well.
just, TJ has a wonderful saying: "Come as strangers, leave as friends,"
Mhm.
and she's right.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, make sure you do. But yes, so make sure you come and see me. I can't remember what I was saying now.
What are you up to? Where can people find
Oh
you?
yes, my website is just becs-medium.com. You can find me on Facebook,
Yeah.
on Becs BCS, that is UK. Instagram is Becs BECS _spiritual _medium. If they want to check me out, there's
Yeah.
TikTok. But I've got a lady. I don't.
Yeah.
Or they can
I
email
don't
me.
do TikTok.
We'll put the links in the show notes as
Oh,
well anyway.
thank you.
So
Yeah,
you can just click on
and
it.
everyone wants to get in touch. That everyone get in touch with me. And Glenda, I'll come to Australia to escape from David.
Yes.
I'll be on the same flight.
Absolutely.
I'll be sat behind
Yeah,
you.
we'll be with it.
Bex.
Yeah, I'll go to Australia. Hi, Bex. David. Ah!
It's hilarious.
Right. Oh, Bex, I'll go to Australia
I
as well.
love this.
Oh,
I
guys,
tell
this
you
has been
what,
the
when
best time.
when I come back, I just want to do this massive like reunion where we all get together and we do be one big massive show. How fucking awesome would that be?
1,000,000%. I'm up for that. 1,000,000%. This has been amazing. I've had the best time.
Oh no, you're so
Thank
welcome. We had a
you.
great time.
Yeah,
A great
absolutely.
interview.
Thank you. Thank you
And
for
if ever
coming.
you want to do like a Q&A night and you've got like a list of, if ever your listeners or viewers go, oh, I've got loads of questions for Bex. If ever you want to do a Q&A night, just we'll set some out if you want to.
Oh yeah, hit you up. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
we
Yeah.
will. Definitely.
Yeah.
For sure.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Bex.
Oh, it's been amazing.
It's been a pleasure. And I'll see you in Eastbourne.
Glenda, help. Help, Glenda. It's going to be brilliant. You're going to love it. You'll have a great time.
Yeah, we'll have great.
I won't mention it on air. I was going to ask whereabouts you're coming from, but don't say that because it's on air. But we can talk off air.
All right. Yeah,
Yeah,
no
you
problem.
better end it.
I'll end it.
Will be
Oh, I'll
going,
keep rabbiting
what
on.
the freaking hell is going on?
Oh, I took for hours. I'm a gas bag. And you've got me on the
And
subject.
then we'll talk off.
You've
Talk
got
offline.
you've got me on the animal subject. You've got me on like my favourite subject. Listen, that's before we went down in rabbit holes, Glenda.
Love it. Well, we could continue gassing, but we'll let the listeners go. So, listeners.
Yes.
Thank you, listeners, for listening. And join us again in the Spirit Lounge sometime soon. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us in the Spirit Lounge for today's episode. We hope you enjoyed what you heard. And if you did, please like and share the podcast. And if you can, please leave us a comment or review, as it really helps us out.
And if you want to hear us talk about a particular topic or have a question you'd like our viewpoint on, then email them to us on either davidhmedium@outlook.com or glenda-marie1@hotmail.com, and we'll get to them as soon as possible.
Lastly, if you'd like to connect with us individually and book our services, you can check out our websites. Glenda's website is www.glendamariepsychicmedium.com.
And you can find David at www.davidhmedium.co.uk.
For now, it's bye from me.
And it's bye from me.
Join us again soon in the Spirit Lounge.